So I'm going to be doing an updated video. I'm indoors because, well, it's rather warm. Summer is nice, sun is nice, but not when it's very humid and dry and very warm. I got sick last week just because it was too warm. I've never had that in my life, so I'm going to assume that it's just because I'm already battling with so many other things in my life that my body just went, yeah, no, let's not do this. And I've been having a lot of problems with the dryness in the air. But it's not really about whether or not I get through the summer. I promised that I was going to tell you about the revalidation center I went to, so I'm going to talk about that. It's been a while, and I haven't exactly gone through with it. When I got there, I got a schedule like 2 weeks beforehand with all the people I was going to be seeing. And I kind of thought that was it. Like, the people in that week, those were the people I was going to be seeing. Because it was a physio, and another physio, and an ergotherapist, and a psychiatrist. And I thought, okay, well, that's the people I'm going to be seeing. So I got there that same, not the same day, but I got there in the mornings. And I saw the physiotherapist. And, I told her, I have to do this my way. I have other people that are helping me, and this whole 4 days planned in with seeing 7 different people, that's too much for me. I cannot do that every week. I'm not even sure how I'm going to get through this week. I mean, I'll probably get through it, but at what expense? And she was like, oh, yeah, that's all totally cool. So I thought, okay, it's like totally cool. And I left, and I was very relieved because apparently they understood where I was coming from. And then I got a phone call the same day if I wouldn't mind actually talking to my main person who was going to be the, the overlooking person. I'm not quite sure what the English word is. Literally translated from Dutch, it would be head treater. Head treater. Wait, that just sounds really, really wrong in English. If I wouldn't mind already having a chat with her, so I was kind of like already, okay, I messed up. I already did something that makes them go, yeah, we need to have a little chat. And then it was Tuesday, and I met up with my psychiatrist, the medical psychiatrist. And she seemed really great, and she was very supportive of all the alternative things I do, which is very rare to find in medical psychiatrists or psychiatrists in general. How many psychiatrists do you know that when you say, oh yeah, I went in trance and then I went back to my previous life, go, yeah, that's a thing. So she was really quite cool. But by the end of the day, I was already kind of tired, and I still had a lot of appointments to go. So it was Wednesday, and I met up with a different physio who made me do all these exercises, and I could only do one of them because I can't be in a training room with other people. Let's see if I can get my phone a little bit straighter. I can't be in a room where, like, other people. So I couldn't do the rest of the exercises because there was no free room. Which was already going to be a problem in general, because they can't book a free room every time I'm there for 30 minutes, so that none of the other people in revalidation can, do their physio exercises or whatever it is they're doing. So that was already a little bit of a problem. And then I met with the ergotherapist, and she was pretty nice, but she kind of contradicted what the first person said. She made it very clear that there was a schedule and I had to be there when they told me to be there, otherwise it wouldn't work, which is the opposite of what I wanted, and the opposite of what I expected. So I came home and I had a massive panic attack, and I cried a lot. And my entire body and my mind were just screaming at me, stop doing this right now. So I stopped. I went there on Thursday and I said to my ergotherapist that I was seeing again, I can't do this if you cannot work yourself in my schedule, because it needs to be on my pace. I cannot do, 4 appointments in a week, 5 different people, and still see my regular people. And then they were like, yeah, well, then that's not going to work. So I in the end, I couldn't do the revalidation center because they weren't qualified basically to be dealing with people like me. And I already kind of felt that way, because I was thinking to myself, most of the people that come there, they break their arm or their legs, and I'm broken everywhere. I'm mentally broken, I'm physically broken, I'm energetically broken, my nerve system is multiplied by 10. My senses are on overload all the time. So I'm not your regular person. And they couldn't make that work. They refused to basically help me in a way that I needed, which I thought was very, very weird, because you would think that a revalidation center was there to help you, not to have you fit into their schedule so that they can push out a certain amount of numbers in a certain amount of weeks or something. Like, you're not a number, you're a person. But I stopped doing that, and I don't regret it. I think I made the right choice. I listened to my body, I listened to my mind, and they were both just screaming at me not to do it. So I listened, because I got this sick by not listening to my body. But yeah, I know I said in a previous video, do it, it might work for you. But the thing is, it might only work for you if you have less problems than me. Like, if you really only have physical problems, like lifting or, I don't know, working on condition, maybe this is it. But if you're like me, then I don't think it's for you, unless they're actually good at their jobs and they don't see you as a number or something. I did get to keep my medical psychiatrist though, because she was kind of like a separate entity in the whole overall concept. So I'm really glad that I got to keep her, because now I can work on getting better mentally, and getting to some root problems that led to me being sick. Because you always have to ask yourself, why does one person that has Lyme gets, sick for 2-3 weeks and then they start to get better, and why do others completely crash and burn and it takes years? and why do certain symptoms appear, etc., etc. You have to ask yourself that. So I'm going to continue with her, and that was basically my experience with Revalidation Center. Some other update news is I no longer need Cemento. My body's strong enough to fight the Lyme on its own. I physically, not physically, energetically I've never been stronger, and I've never been stronger organ-wise at the acupuncture. But like physically with the muscles, it's still very weak, and mentally I'm very challenged at the moment. Maybe because it's finally allowed to come to the surface, because my body is ready to deal with it. But yeah, so I mean, I'm moving forward, and I'm healing on 2 layers in the body, and now hopefully the rest will follow soon as I continue to strengthen those layers. So that was my update. Happy summer. Unless you're living on the other side of the Evenaar, whatever the English word is, where it's winter. Well, it's still summer, but it's cold. Then dress warm, and I will make a video later about regression therapy, which might be something everybody wants to do. I know I found it very, very interesting and useful, so